If yesterday was a buffet, today is a dessert. Oh my goodness, the Champions League matches this week have been amazing. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everyone. It is Mohamed Bin Salman, MBS. And where do we even get started? I say we head over to the Camp Nou. And just to begin right away, UCL, Barca, center backs, a red card in that order. They've somehow managed to do it again. I believe this is the fourth year in a row where during crucial matches in the Champions League, Barca end up getting a red card when they don't need to. And the latest victim here is Kubarsi. And from what I've been seeing from a few Barca fans and a few others, trying to claim that this isn't a red card. First of all, Simeone is through on goal. And regardless if it was a accidental touch by Kubarsi, he still takes the man down because he was going to be 1v1 with the keeper. And from that angle, I reckon Simeone would have scored. And it's a simple through ball in the air that does them once again. Through balls in the air is like kryptonite to Barcelona, but they don't learn, and that's just how they play. Hansi Flick ball. You live by it and you die by it. And once again, they did die by it. And before they even got that red card, they were in this match. They had many chances early on. Rashford, maybe one, two, three. If he was sharper on the day, I reckon those would have gone in. And even Yamal in the first half as well, creating chances, but still a little bit loose passes to Rashford. Even he wasn't as sharp as you say in the first half. But even still, he had the defenders and the midfielders on ropes. What a player to watch. And it's just, you would have liked to think Barca would have done it at the Camp Nou, but that red card changed the trajectory of this whole match. And it's just, they just can't keep on doing this. So once Simeone got that red card, not Simeone, I mean, once Kubarsi ended up getting that red card, it didn't even take seconds. You know, the star man for Atletico Madrid, signed from City, Mr. Julian Alvarez himself, steps up to the ball and strikes a free kick into the top corner. And from there, it was just a curler. It was a beauty. And whew, can we find a better striker of the ball on the field than Julian Alvarez? This isn't the first time he's hit a free kick like this, and he's done it against Madrid before in the Madrid derby. And the way he strikes the ball, he shoots it with conviction, and we don't see that often. Every now and then, players just want to curl the ball. He just hits it, and it's a beauty to see. And going into halftime, as Barca come back out, we see an interesting person that is on the bench. Pedri getting hooked at halftime. Now, I'm not sure whether he got injured or not, or this is a tactical reason, but if Pedri is fit, I'm pretty sure he has to start just because of the pure quality that he has on the ball. And the subs that came on for him were, Fermin and Gavi. And although I do see where Hansi Flick is coming from, there's a red card. Try to get in legs in there, and we know Gavi is a willing runner. Fermin is a willing runner, and Lewandowski ended up coming off as well. It's just that without having Pedri on there, I fail to see, how Barca, really connect the plays because he's most certainly the nucleus of that team with Lamine Yamal as well. And from there, it really just became Atletico Madrid's game. They, I would like to say this is the Atletico Madrid. The dark arts came out. They conceded, I want to say, about 14 fouls in the second half, just stopping play whenever they can, slowing down time. And this really became their match really quickly. And it was just a classic Simeone half where he just shuts it down. You're not going to get by anything whatsoever. And you got to feel Lamine. You got to feel for Lamine. It's just that he is the talisman of the team, and every time he picks up the ball, he's going past one, two, three, four defenders. And at some points, he felt like he was doing too much. But then again, they do have a red card, so they are a man down. It's just that nobody's stepping up to the plate, and he's just the one to come up and do things and make things happen. Like, help me. He's 18. Help him. And yeah, this leaves it this leaves it very tough for Barca going back to the Metropolitano near Atletico Madrid Stadium, because if anyone can score 3, 4, 5, 6 goals, it is Barcelona. But Rafinha is not here. Lewandowski is not off the mark. And if Rashford can be a little bit more clinical and more sharper, they can happen. So just as much as I believe that they can score 5 goals, 4 goals, I also believe they can also concede 2 goals, 3 goals, and even 1 goal. And that's going to be a big hill for them to climb. And now we look at it going into the next match, the return leg. Kubarsi isn't playing. Araujo isn't really favored amongst the coach to be the starting center back. Gerard Martin as well, we know he's very shaky. Raul Garcia, we know he's shaky. Just the defense as a whole in the unit and in the way they line up in that four-man wall is just very concerning. And they leave themselves with a very big uphill battle to play. And I'm not sure if they'll be able to come back against this. As a Madrid fan, I don't know. Do I want Barca to go through, or do I want Atletico to go through? It's a hard choice. I really don't know. But yeah, tell me down below in the comments, who do you think will come out on top, Atleti or Barca? Now on to the next match in the Parc des Princes, Liverpool v PSG. And this was a game of men versus boys. Oh my goodness, I've never seen a tactical dominance like this, a team performance dominance like this, statistical dominance like this. Them boys didn't know what they were doing. And oh my goodness, Kevicha Kvaratskhelia, K Varadona. How PSG have this front line of Doué, Dembele, Kvara, and Barcola, he didn't even play today. He's still hurt out, but still, the fact that they can call upon this man whenever and he just gets the job done. This is what we call a real winger. He can do it on the biggest stages, and that's what I need. And for that opening and for that goal that he did score, rounding the keeper, Bosa left, Bosa right, swings past the keeper and just slides it in. It was honestly amazing. And it's a breath of fresh air. Because, speaking of wingers, like Olise said the other day, the way that they just take on their man. I see you and you will fear me because I'm going to keep on attacking you. That is the same way with Kvaradona. It's just that maybe because he is in PSG, he's playing in a so-called lesser league and he doesn't get as much praise as the other wingers, but still, he keeps on performing at the highest level. And we've seen it many times in the Champions League. Previously, I guess the match with Chelsea, scoring 3 goals altogether in the return leg and in the first match as well. It's just that he's a joy to watch. And this PSG team as a whole, they are amazing to watch. The way Vitinha controls the midfield as a deep line playmaker and his running mate, João Neves. Oh, we can see these brothers play on for years. And the fact that they're nationality teammates, maybe we can see it in the World Cup. Cristiano needs their help and the whole of Portugal needs them too. And we would love to see that as well. And Arne Slot, I'm just, when he's gonna get fired? Because at this point, he's just throwing everything. And I believe he played how can you say it? Oh, I forgot to mention that even the back to the Barcelona game, Sorloth ended up making it 2-0. And he also always finds a way to score against Barcelona as well. He's one of their bogeymen of La Liga, and he's transitioned into the Champions League as well. But back onto Arne Slot. Yeah, time is ticking, my friend. And this was the first time we see Arne Slot playing a 3-5-2 formation with Van Dijk at the center, Konate next to him, Gomez, Kirkis, and Frimpong. Now, what I thought originally, since what he's been doing in the Prem so far, is having Frimpong as that right winger instead of playing Mo Salah. And we'll get onto that a little bit later, but still, it was a nightmare to begin with for Van Dijk and just the rest of the defensive line. They couldn't deal with Dembele being as a striker, dropping it to midfield, going out to right wing, going out to left wing. And we know with this PSG team, they are interchanging as a whole. They don't stay in one position. they're like an organism. They're just completely moving, spawning in one place, spawning in this place. And for the most part, you would see Van Dijk being dragged off his line like a rag doll into the midfield, not knowing what to do, and just leave pockets of space for a pass in behind, either from Vitinha, Hakimi, Mendes. Like I always say with this PSG team, a lot of these players are in on it and in on the project. They run for each other, they pass for each other. If Dembele comes back to center mid, right back, you know Hakimi's there as center forward, or he's playing as center mid. Everyone works for each other and for the better of the teammate, and there's just no ego whatsoever. And even early on, I want to say within the first 2 minutes, you've seen Hakimi picking up places on the field at left wing. And he's a right back on paper, but there he is left wing. It's same with Mendes. These brothers always do this, and this is why PSG is honestly one of my favorite teams to watch, and probably title contenders for the UCL again to go back and to win it. And now for Mo Salah and the rest of Liverpool, the fact that Salah didn't even get a minute is honestly sad. And coming from my Egyptian brother, because I was born in Egypt, so we Salah, we there. But it's just sad to see the fall off that he's had and not even being trusted by the coach in a UCL match where you're down a man and you're not even being called upon on to even change something. So it's just like honestly, I was like, hey, look, I know you leave it, and I might be leaving too, but yeah, the ship is gonna go down for both of us together. And overall, even some of the forward line, I feel like just nothing was created. They got statistically dominated on all fronts. I believe 70% possession to PSG, just leaving them no room to do with anything. And on the day, Wirtz was their best player. And although he didn't create much, he was still trying things, little dinks over, like that one through ball pass to the air outside the box into Frimpong's pass that just fizzes it wide on a first time volley, but come back that it was offside. And then Ekatike. When the lights are bright, this brother's not shining. Yeah, you did it with France over the weekend versus Colombia, another South American team. But let's see you do it against Pacho, Mr. Ecuador. He had that man in jail, penitentiary. They couldn't do anything, honestly. Liverpool, they just couldn't do anything. They weren't up to the levels, and it was really terrible. And the 2-0 scoreline is really flattering to Liverpool because if these guys were serious on the day, oh, it could have been 6-0, 7-0. It should have been 8-0 because we had three chances from Dembele early on, a slip and pass from Doué from the top of the 18 into Dembele's path. Just hits it directly to the keeper. Another one where Mendes beats his man down the wing, slips it into the box, and Dembele shoots it over. And even late onto the match, a little 1-2 combination with Kang Lee and Dembele. And Dembele strikes the right of the post. It just wasn't. It was an unlucky day from Dembele, and I don't believe that if these chances were presented to him again, he would score these. And even Doué himself, he did have another chance. He tried striking it down the middle of Marmoush legs, and he just ended up closing it at the final hour in the final minute. But yeah, Dembele should have had three, Doué maybe two, and Hakimi and Mendes they could have walked with a goal each themselves. And Mendes ended up getting a ball from the left wing and just getting the ball from Hakimi into the path of the Nuno Mendes, and he stumbles a little bit, but still he gets past 1-2 and just ends up not taking the shot fast enough and ends up going out. And yeah, it's just that ooh, PSG, they really could have ran home with this 7-0 and ended the match. And although the next game will be at Anfield, there's no doubt in my mind that the Anfield hype, you'll never walk alone in the stadium, it's not gonna happen for them. I promise you, it's not gonna happen for them. They might run away with it and go put five on their head top, just like they did when they went to Chelsea, embarrassed them at their ground, and made a statement that we are here, and we don't even need to watch the second match, honestly, because we know what's gonna happen. It's just the inevitable is coming, and once PSG goes on their stride again, we know that they're not going to miss those chances again. They're going to dominate them on the play, and we'll wait until next week to see. But thank you for everyone for tuning into another Champions League video by Mohamed Bin Sports MBS. And if you like what you see, please leave a like in the comments. Also, subscribe to my channel. And yeah, until then, take care, boys.